Okay, so this is Married to Medicine season 12, episode 9. Something about some consequences. Say Heavenly done bought the flies into the house, right? But remember she said she wasn't gonna come, but now she came. Okay, only because Quad was texting her this time, letting her know that, oh, Sloan talking about you. Oh, Toya talking about you. They talking about you, girl. And that's the only reason why she showed up, because they talking about me, and I need to know what they talking about, and I need to let them know the truth. And then you got Dr. Jackie over there, and she trying to convince Simone that you need to have a conversation with Heavenly. And Simone is like, no, I don't want to. I really don't want to. Like, honestly, I don't want to. It's harder, let's say. It's harder than you think, Dr. Jackie, because, she's kind of the middleman a little bit, only because she's friends with Heavenly and she's friends with Simone. And she like, well, if you at least, you just at least need to talk to her so that you can at least hear her out. And that's it. And then she can hear you out. And that's it. Like, if we can do that, then cool. And, Simone like, all right, whatever, we'll see. And while Heavenly is over there getting acquainted and lying to everybody, talking about, oh, it was Damon's birthday or something. That's why she ain't come. Boo. Contessa just letting them know, well, we ain't had no rooms for you, so you either gotta share the bunk bedroom or whatever. Quiet. She said, I'm gonna stay with Quiet. Okay, fine. And also, well, since you here, we might as well talk about what's been going on while we go to dinner. Okay, so we got two conversations going on here. Toya talking with Simone, like, yeah, well, how Heavenly thinks she gonna be staying here, and she thinks it's safe and everything, right? But okay, whatever. While they over there conversating, trying to figure out if Simone can actually pull through, which she say, I can, right? I could be around, but I'm just not going to engage, right? Because she ain't even say hi to me, right? Over there in Quad room with Heavenly, Quad asked her straight up, so what did Simone do? Did she push you? How did she touch you? So Heavenly gets up to say, let me show you how I did it. And we already know how Simone showed us with Brandy. She said her arm was like these, and I took her arm off my shoulders, and I told her, get off me. Okay? That's it. Like that. Heavenly get up to demonstrate, and she go, get off me. So Quad, because she don't like Simone, is all like, okay, well, if this is the story that Heavenly is given, that's very different from the story that Simone is given. You think we get a montage of the husbands back at home hanging out with their kids, and we stop at Cecil house, and he talking to the boys, trying to explain to them why him and Simone be arguing all the time. And he basically letting them know that it's y'all. Okay, like, you guys are the ones that's driving the wedge between me, you, and your mama, because that's the only thing we can disagree on, is how we handle things with y'all. And one of the main things right now is her retirement, because at some point she wants to retire. But in order to retire, I want to make sure I got me like a good, nice amount of money in the bank to be cool and cushy, to where I can live and be comfortable, to where I won't, you know what I'm saying, right? But having to spend all our money on YouTube is like, whew. And, amongst other things, right? It's just, it just makes it hard, right? And I think for the boys, for them, they never really had a talk with Simone about that per se. I think, who was the other one? It's Mike and Miles, right? I think it was Michael who had more of the understanding. Miles is the one that got the little attitude. Because is that it, Miles and Michael? Yeah, Miles the one that looked just like Simone. Another one look, yeah. It makes sense, right? It makes sense. He your child, girl. He act just like him. But I think they was kind of taking it for a joke. I don't know, honestly. They sitting there laughing, but I think maybe they got a little bit better, more understanding to where maybe they can take it serious. I don't know. Hopefully they do. But they was sure laughing. Do Dr. Jackie know what a Wu-Tang is? So we are starting to eat dinner. Simone refused to say the grace, but Toya did it, and I thought she was gonna be slick with it, but she didn't. And of course, we go straight into it about what's going on with Simone and Heavenly. And Simone explains how, well, I mean, obviously you said that you didn't want to come. Like, did you not want to ride with us? Oh, that's what was Contessa asked her about, why you ain't get on the plane with us. What's going on? And obviously Heavenly's trying to say like, well, I was trying to take a break from everything that was going on with all the ladies and what had happened. And Simone said, oh, well, no, well, I told the ladies that you said that you wasn't safe being around me because I put my hands on you, or according to you. And Heavenly was like, yeah, you put your hands on me and said, get your hands off me. And she kept doing that. And Simone was like, no, what I did was took your hand off my shoulder and said, move, get your hand off me. And I walked away. It's on the camera, it's on the footage, which they keep replaying it over and over again so that we can see that Simone is actually right. So I'm automatically thinking, fast forward to, I don't know, maybe today, Heavenly, because like, see, we're gonna have to address this at the reunion, right? Because you watching this, Heavenly, you see you wrong, especially Quad. You see y'all both wrong, but it is what it is. And also, who will want to vote for somebody who putting claims out like this against somebody? Clearly, she didn't push you. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, so since this conversation seems like it's not really going to go anywhere, Simone decides, well, you know what? Since I'm so unhinged and putting my hands on people don't feel so safe. I'm not hungry. I'm not going to eat. I'm about to go. And, obviously Dr. Jackie trying to, no, come back. Because literally she said, how am I so unhinged or anything? I was there. Everybody was there, which all the ladies was there. Heavenly says, who else saw it? Didn't y'all see that she was acting crazy and she was unhinged and erratic and all that stuff? The look on all the ladies' faces was stone cold. Crickets. Ricky. But then, Jackie, you getting up because I want to walk away after nobody stood up for me at the table to say, well, I didn't see her do nothing like that, or I seen her do this. You gonna try to make her stay to listen to the lady? Nope. That's what she said. Then Simone said in the confessional, like, see, I just wish Dr. Jackie for once will just be like, Heavenly, you're wrong today. Instead of trying to make me stay in some stuff that I don't want to stand in. Girl, bye. You was my friend first. And then, well, at least Toya having her back to try to address Heavenly to be like, I mean, yeah, Simone yelled in her regular own Simone fashion. Wasn't nothing extra about it. You put your arm around her, right? So you touched her. Why did you do that? If you know what I'm saying, putting your hands on her, what's the difference? And this, or not what's the difference, but why did you even do that in the first place? And this and that. And it's technically not going anywhere either with their conversation, because in the midst of this, Dr. Mimi decides to interject to tell Toya that she asked Toya not to interject. And right, Dr. Mimi, you know what? It is very weird that you just jumping on Dr. Heavenly's side like this, because girl, you don't know her like that. You don't. And we are watching this, and we yelling at the TV, yelling at you, telling you you picked the wrong team. Look, you on the wrong side of history at this point, child. And I hope that's somewhere you see it, but her and Toya, But this, I asked you not to interject. See, no, did nobody ask you to interject? So while the ladies are separated, because dinner is over at this point, Simone's trying to get away, and Dr. Heavenly took this time to, let me step away too, because her and Toya was almost about to get into it. And Mimi, for some reason, well, I think Toya, she came into this conversation. She trying to start with Heavenly. She just kept poking at her because she know you poke the bear and the bear gonna strike. And I think she did that on purpose. She don't want no resolution. And I'm like, really? But she gonna go out there with Heavenly on her side. They trying to figure it out. Over there with Simone trying to figure it out. And then at some point, Dr. Jackie took it upon herself to go, be peacemaker again, because technically out of everybody in the group, she's the only person that Dr. Heavenly listens to. Okay. So Jackie try to go do her Jackie magic on her. Ooh, you need to go and talk to her. You need to go apologize. And that's all you need to do. You are my friend. She is my friend. She is hurting. Okay? And Heavenly, well, I'm hurting too. Doop, 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 doop. And all this BS. Boop, boop. And she's like, okay, Jackie, I'll do it. I'll do it for you, Jackie. I'll do it for you. I was like, do I got it down packed by now? I should, as long as that I've been watching the show. But anywho, and even before that, because I forgot to bring that up, they trying to break it down to Heavenly how the damaging words that she said is what is triggering. That is the technical trigger here in what Simone is feeling. It's not, because I don't like you. Duh. I ain't never, I've been not liked you. But lying on me to say that I did something that I didn't, that is something that could potentially blow up to something that's, more than what it needs to be, to where I could lose my livelihood because, licensed doctor, you got to have a license to do all those things, right? And you lose your license when you break the rules, all right? And that's one of the rules. They got to be like pristine in everything they do, especially in the outside world. You know what I'm saying? You can be yourself, obviously, but you definitely can't be out there, acting up, breaking the law, because then you're going to lose your job and all that stuff. So that's the main thing they trying to put through the head of Heavenly, whether she understood it or not. Because technically, I don't like you either. So that's kind of where her main beef is coming from. But, like I said, Jackie told her, I'm going to apologize. And Contessa said, okay, cool. Well, since you want to apologize, let's go play games now. Let's put on our pajamas. Let's get up. Let's go. And Simone I don't want to play no game. Okay, so the name of the game is Petty Pop. Okay, so the ladies take a handful of balloons and you pull some cards and you read off the card, and whatever the cards say, if it describes somebody in the room, you pop that balloon. Okay, so the first one was Dr. Jackie got it, said this somebody who, oh shoot, I forget it. Something about being in other people's business but won't cater to their own. And she got up and popped Toya's. And Toya said it should have been Mimi. Who breaks the sound barrier? Which I think we already know that go to Simone, because once she get there, so Toya said, who was the one to jump bad, but always be the one to play the first one to be the play the victim. And I thought they was gonna pop Heavenly balloon, but Heavenly got up and popped Simone balloon. the friend to not support your friend's endeavors, which we kind of knew what that was about. Heavenly going on her campaign and Toya saying, I am not voting for her. So she got her balloon popped. Who dresses the best? Angel started popping her balloon. Who treats their friends like their patients? And of course, that's Mimi. But it also could be for Jackie. I'll say who never defends their friends when somebody's in the wrong and they pop Dr. Jackie's. Because listen, it literally just happened. Who doesn't make enough time for the friend group? Of course, that's Quad. I was saying, who gonna help Contessa clean up? Nobody. Say nah. And who was the best host? Contessa. But that was a cool game. At least nobody fought. Because normally they games lead straight to an argument. But this one didn't. So Contessa is playing doctor. I mean, no, she is a real doctor. But with the ladies, going around to each room asking them what their concerns are, right? And Simone is obviously saying it's heavenly for her. Heavenly is saying that, well, she just want to be able to speak her piece without Toya talking. And then Toya over there in their room talking about they just want Heavenly to apologize. So, Contessa was thinking up her whatever scheme she got coming up is supposed to at least help them try to come to some type of resolve on this trip and come together in the end. That's the goal. So we're going to let Heavenly speak her piece first with nobody talking, and then when she's done, then that's when the ladies can go ahead and ask their questions. So Heavenly goes on to describe how running for this campaign, is serious business, right? Because she has to conduct herself in certain ways and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And that launch that she did was a good thing. It was fun. It was like a high for her, right? So she was feeling good, feeling great about what she was doing. She comes to this party, and the first thing that happens is being ambushed by this list coming from Simone, coming from Toya about all the stuff that you did or didn't do at that said campaign. Because Simone was late or something, right? Yeah, Simone was late. So she missed most of the speech. And at the party, obviously when she heard that the news came from Toya, automatically, it's on some BS. Like, I already know, because all my experiences with Toya has been nothing but negative. So, of course, Toya's sitting back because, we were supposed to let her speak first and then we could speak. So she goes on to continue to be like, and then Simone, she got into, whatever situation, how she was feeling. And when it came to, I put my hand around her, I was trying to take a picture. She pushed me back and, said, get the fuck away from me, da 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 da. And, so for me, I was taken back. I was shocked. I couldn't believe she did that. So I was trying to remove myself from the situation, right? So how did I do that? I used the words, ooh, she was toxic. Ooh, she was unhinged. She was just being crazy. Like, yeah, I said those things. But it's only because I was mad. And that's just my reaction. They was doing it to me, so I was doing it back to them. Pretty much at this point, Toya had enough. And she said, all right, well, it's time for us to speak. And Heavenly already knew what was about to be said. So she said, no, I'm about to basically run away. I ain't about to sit here through this. I'm done. And we was just literally, that was the whole spiel of what we was doing here in the first place, right? We were supposed to sit here and hear you out. So either you're going to continue to hear speak your piece, or it's time for us to talk, which i.e. Toya or Simone. So they end up bringing Heavenly back to try to start the conversation over again. And Toya started it to say how, the beef between her and Heavenly, what they got going on, right? And in the midst of this, Mimi gets up to say, no. Okay, stop, Toya, because technically we supposed to be trying to fix Simone and Heavenly, not you and Heavenly, right? And she goes into her confessional to bring up the fact that, yeah, like, I've been in this group for a minute now, right? And I've been noticing that every time somebody is getting into it, she always got something to say. And it's like, is she just trying to keep the chaos going between the people, or is she really trying to help? But maybe no thinks she's trying to help. She thinks she always trying to poke at people, especially Heavenly, right? So Heavenly just takes it upon herself to just go straight over to Simone and give her apologies of how she was not trying to hurt her, and she did not mean to say the stuff that she done said, right? Because Simone was explaining to her how the seriousness of it all, right? Um, the defaming words, like, because you just don't know. It could spread to something else, and we don't want, and we know how this, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole point of it, right? And she looking at Heavenly, and Heavenly doing tears and stuff and apologies, and she like, I mean, okay, Heavenly, whatever. Look, we'll just be cool. I mean, do I accept your apology? I mean, I guess sure, right? But I know you, okay? And I know that this is just a temporary fix, right? Because come on to the so look, come next week. Gonna be back on that BS, okay, girl? So it is what it is. I'm not gonna be your friend, okay, obviously, but I could be around you. I gotta be on the show together. Everybody know how I go. Like, even if I'm not your friend, I gotta be around you on the show. So technically, I gotta be here, or just quit and don't want to be here. Like, it's up to you. But Simone, I can do that because this is her show, right? This is her and Dr. Jackie's show, technically. So they ain't going nowhere. If anything, Heavenly, boop, you came in season what? Did she come in season 2 or season 3? Either way, this is how we gonna end this out, where we'll agree to disagree. We could just be around each other and we'll move on. Like, we ain't got to be friends or nothing like that. When it comes to Toya and Mimi, I mean, she, I don't think they're going to be friends either. It is what it is. That Mimi, she gets annoying sometimes, but this was a cool little episode. We still on the trip. I think we'll still be on a trip for the next episode, right? And then we go home. I don't know. Either way. We'll catch y'all on the next episode. Married to Medicine. Thanks for watching. Bye.